What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Yes, we are. We're doing another live stream, letting the people roll in here. Actually, on that note, let me get everything started. I don't know how all these other people do it, man. They just have it all pulled up all at once. Maybe they got people doing it for them. I don't know. But I got to share this on the Discord. That way people see it. I'm the only one in here right now, so that's cool, right? Nobody knew I was going to go live until right now. Why can't I get there we go, the link. And then I need that. There we go. Perfect. What's up, Fonzie? What's up, Francis Murphy? Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. You know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy crypto breakout countdown. We're not even, it's not even a breakout countdown anymore. Breakout now. I don't know. Screw it. Who cares? Who cares what the name is? Let's get it. All right, we're going to share. Copy that link. What's up, everybody? I'm glad to see so many of you rolling in here so fast. Thank you. What's my dream? Does somebody else say that? Is that to me, Adam James? Are you talking to me? What's my dream? Say yes if you're talking to me. If you're talking to me, my dream, if I had a dream, really would be that there's no more wars. But not in the sense that humanity goes away. Some people think the only way for us to not have war is for humans to not exist. But I would like it if I have a philosophy. Let me just kick it off with this real quick. I know it's probably not going to engage that many people who watch this after the live stream, but you guys know we're going to cut the shit and get right to it after this. But my philosophy goes something like this. I used to think something like the world would be a better place when all the people who hate and are just bad, when they're dead and gone. When they're dead and gone, the world will be a better place. That's what I used to think. Now I think when we show those people how to love, when we show them how not to hate and how to just be decent human beings, when we show them, then the world will be a different place, a better place. And there's a difference between the thoughts, right? Wishing death upon people or wishing rehabilitation upon people. I think there's a difference there. So that's my dream, I guess. I don't know. I had a dream we were above all-time highs by the end of the month, baby. I have gotten not a lot of hate for it, but there are a few people that have made it out to be as if I was just saying it for clicks, as if I was just saying it for attention. I was just doing it for the views and for clickbait titles, man. I meant it. I didn't say it any other month. I said it this month. I said it right down here. Why? I don't normally talk like this, but damn it, I'm proud. We're not even at new all-time highs. Watch it not happen now because I'm talking about it. But I said it not because of my pride, not because of you guys, not because of clickbaity BS. I said it because October is one of the most bullish months in Bitcoin's existence. And we took the average growth of each October that existed in a bull market, right? First off, every red October that's existed in Bitcoin's history has happened in bear markets. Okay, we've only had green Octobers in a bull market. Are we in a bull market now? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is a bear market. Let me just say, anybody who thought we were in a bear market this whole time, it should have been obvious you're wrong, because that's the beginning of a bear market. That's the beginning of a bear market. No bear market in Bitcoin's history, even during our weakest cycle, consolidated this high and tight for this long, right above a previous cycle's highs. No, that's not. We're in a bull market. So obviously, every red October Bitcoin has had, I think except for one actually, and it was like in the very, very beginning, has been green. So every bear market has had the red Octobers. Every bull market has had the green ones. Out of the last two bull markets, you take every October's growth from open to close and you average it out, it's 28% to the upside. 28, it's like 28.5%. That would put us at $80,000 by the end of the month. I have relinquished that target, and I've made that apparent over the past couple weeks, but I have not let go of new all-time highs by the end of the month. I know, and I knew it at the time. You can go back and watch the videos. I said it right here, baby. I said, I know it sounds crazy. I know it's a bold call, but that's what the stats are. That's what the charts say. And only as time has gone on has it become a closer reality. We're still not there, right? It's the end of the month. We got 2 days and 21 hours left. Bitcoin does not have to move up that much by the end of the month, but from where we are to where the all-time highs are right now, that is 3.7%. We could move up that much by the time this live stream is over, you guys. Are you kidding me? It's going. It's blasting off. You know it, Mark Callie. I can't even focus on the comments. There's so many of you in here. What's up, Juan Leva? What's up, Alex Valdiva? What's up, Alight Services as? Francis Murray, I already said hi to you. And Fonzie, what's up? Andy Wan, Adam James, Spiros Kozaris, Kevin Mike, JY Travel Ventures, Lessel Cole. Is it Liesel? I think it's Liesel Cole. Liesel Cole, that's right. Mr. Hat, our dragon friend. Starfleet Command's in the house. We got Captain Kirk on deck. 123, what's up, 123? Hello from Colorado, my friend. Extravagant Taste, Epsilon, JY Travel Ventures, I think I already said hi. Michael Mayfield, Byron Melgar, Jumper DCS World, Brian Busse, I don't know, but it's a cool name. DL Valhalla, PK McQuaid. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but damn it, there's too many of you. Rekka P, that's the best name. That just rolls right off the tongue. Rekka P. I think there are more people that need to wreck a P. There's people who need their P's wrecked, actually. But anyways, that's for another. That's not this channel. We don't talk about that so much here. Tamakarios. Eric, what's up, guys? Everybody says LFG. I'm a little different. I like to say FLG. FLG, baby. You know what it means. If you know what LFG means, you definitely know what FLG means. It's the same thing as that, basically. You guys, $71,000 right now. This live stream is going to be a little bit different than the normal ones. We're probably not going to do too many requests. I started late tonight. We got family over. I was cooking dinner. You know, we didn't get started until late. I got to go to bed, man. I'm exhausted, but we are going to do this live stream for at least an hour, if not an hour and a half. We're gonna keep it going. We're going to keep it relevant to Bitcoin and some other things that have pumped. I want to address some meme coins that are pumping right now. You guys, if you throw out any meme coins that are pumping, I'd love to hear it too, but I might not talk about it again. We're not really doing requests so much on this. Break 74K. Please talk about money flow order. Juan Leva. Wonderful. I wonder how much it could climb this bull market. Yeah, I wonder how much it could climb too. And the thing is, you guys, what I love about this right now, what I really love about this is that it's just getting started. We've been consolidating. This is our post-halving consolidation phase, right? This is our not even post-halving, our around halving consolidation phase, right? And this is literally the ignition of the best part of the bull market. We're living it right now. We're in the beginning of it, right? What's phenomenal about this is, first off, if you look at the chart, it's so obvious. It's very obvious we're breaking out, right? It's absolute, like you can't, unless in the next 2 days, 21 hours, we give up 12% in Bitcoin's price. And again, maybe we're counting our chickens before they hatch, but damn it, it feels bullish right now. On that note, actually, hold up now. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do crypto fear and greed index. Let's see what the market sentiment is real quick. And this doesn't pertain just to crypto. It's actually more specific to Bitcoin. You can even see it says Bitcoin right there, fear and greed index. Greed. We are greedy, baby. Hell yeah. Just like the RSI, if you're new to this indicator, and I'm sorry for burning your retinas with this white, a lot of people might look at this and say, greed, oh, you want to sell in times of greed, but that's not the truth. Generally, I actually treat this almost like I would the RSI. When you're in greed, those are signals of strength, right? If we look back, we go to the maximum history here for Bitcoin. This right here, let's go, the times that we were the greediest, right? December 12th, 2020, what was that? What was that? December 12th, right here, right? Were we done? Was that a great time to sell? Hell no. Dude, you sold there at any point? That's like buying the low of the bear market. No, right? And by the way, again, back to the point, that's when we're up here. That's when we're in the 90s, right? We had a lot to go last cycle still. We're not in the 90s. We're in the 70s, baby. We're just getting started. This is kicking off great. We are seeing strength coming back into the markets, and you can see it too, not just in the fear greed index, but in our RSI as well. Anytime, I don't care what time frame you're on the 1 minute, the 5 hour, the 10 month, whatever. When you go into the overbought zone and you pull back and you bounce off the 60, you guys, that's so bullish. That's so freaking bullish. Are you kidding me? It's actually, look, we did this before, right? What happened last time whenever we did that? I wonder. Let's just see. What did we do? Well, it rhymes with blasting off, right? Right here, literally. And this was actually very, very comparable to what we're doing this cycle. And I've said this actually before. It's been a while since I've said it. You're probably not going to see it in any of my recent videos, but maybe like a year ago. I know I've said this before, but I would compare this cycle more to our current cycle than I would last cycle. I've said this a bunch, that I think a lot of people are making a mistake this cycle, comparing this cycle to this cycle. Last cycle, out of every cycle we have, you can just tell, but with the naked eye, this was not normal. Never before have we had a double top. Never before have we ever seen anything other than parabolic behavior, right? We're getting that parabolic structure right now. At least it looks like it to me. This cycle was a bit of a dud, and it was still phenomenal. It's still Bitcoin, you guys. But again, comparing back here, we had our halving in July, okay? This period in July 2017, again, the market cycle that I'd like to compare it to, just for this video's sake. Every market cycle is different, right? You can compare it to any past cycle. It might have similarities to it, but it's gonna be different. You have to know it's gonna be different, right? This cycle will absolutely be different than that cycle, but I'm comparing it to this specific phase here, okay? Before the halving, you topped off, you were moving sideways for 6 months, and then you moved up. What else happened? You were in the overbought zone, you topped off, you pulled back to your 60, and then you rallied. What happened when you rallied? A lot happened when you rallied. You saw a 26x from the course of December 2016 to December 2017. A 26x. For references, you guys, that'd put us above $1 million by the end of this cycle. So we probably won't see that, right? Did I measure from the low? I measured from the low actually. So let's see. That would be, oh yeah, that, I mean, we'd be, I don't think we're going to see a 26x from here. In fact, I would think we're going to be closer to a 26x overall for this cycle from a low to a high. But the point standing that if you look at this, right, you look at this period of growth here after the consolidation phase, after you were overbought and you pulled back to your 60 zone, and then you went back up into the overbought zone, which we're almost doing right now. We're almost there. What is wrong with my voice? I don't know what it is, man. I had a couple steaks tonight and some mashed potatoes. It was really good, but apparently it didn't agree with my throat. I don't know. It's my asthma, man. Not my asthma. It's the asthma that I have. What's up to everybody in here? Shout out to the Dragon Riders. Shout out to the House of the Dragon. Shout out to the Wheelhouse. And shout out to Smooth Operator. What's up? Are the bears still shorting? That's why we're pumping, baby. You know there are bears getting railed with their pants below their ankles right now. They are clenching their ankles, bent over, and getting it. Oh, my God, I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry at the same time. If you, for a second, thought that this was a bear market, it's not that you deserve this, but man, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? I want to get back on track here, right? Overbought. Now you're not. Down to the 60 and up. This was your pre-halving pump. This was your post-halving pump. Dramatically higher, okay? Overbought. Now you're not. Bouncing off the 60. This was your pre-halving pump. I can't wait to see what is coming over the months. It took a year last time. How long is it going to take this time? This time here, when it was the after halving, you know, we started to move up. That's what was nice about last cycle is, yes, we didn't get above this high for about 17 months. It was the longest kind of lag that we had. But basically from March, we did slowly pace up. Where here we've been slowly pacing down and really just moving sideways. It really, I would say, has been more boring than last cycle. Because at least last cycle, we were moving down or we were moving up. You know, and it was a grand phase of kind of just doing nothing essentially. But this is just so much tighter. It's a lot more boring. There's at least a little bit of volatility in here. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. If we were to see this exact same growth, right, that we've seen already from a low point to a high point, already establishing again, comparing it here. I'm not even doing it justice, man. Right? Let's get it here. Low to a high, right there. Okay, and then this low to this high. You can see the dramatic difference, right? Pre-halving pump, post-halving pump. Similar conditions with the RSI. Overbought, down to the 60. We're going to get back overbought. Overbought, down to the 60. Of course, this was a stronger read. We're about to get overbought again. Anytime the weekly RSI, and we're going to go through and actually measure what happens anytime we get overbought after this too, just to validate what I'm about to say. But we're going to have a stronger move up. Let me draw this more appropriately. A stronger move up coming forward here than this. If we move this over, it's not the best drawn line, but we move it over to the low there. That's what I was going to do. I was going to do time frames. That put us at 250K, guys. Anybody saying that Bitcoin is not going to hit prices above like 250, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't believe that. Someone said it in the comments. They're like, what's up, Memphis Tigers? Everybody say hi to Memphis Tigers. Fajita, what's up? Cody, Cactus, Disco. Good to see everybody in here, man. We got the whole freaking crew in here. Vivanism, Jivan K. I'm lowering my IQ successfully and staying in my longs. That's how you make money in the crypto space. You need a low IQ. All the people who think they're smart, they're the ones getting railed right now. The people who are sending it on random meme coins like Jesus Coin, we're up 21% this week, and it's only the second day of the week. We haven't even really gotten started. Anybody throwing money into the Balkan Dwarf, you guys are killing it right now. And man, I wanted to mention this. I should have mentioned it, but I didn't make a purchase on it. I want to make a purchase on this. Shout out to Go Anders. Shout out to Leaf, man. You put this on my radar, like back over here, and I was saying that I would buy it, and it gave me a pullback. It gave me an opportunity, and I just didn't do it. This coin here, man, I'm just saying, this is all an inspiration here to what Smooth Operator said. You got to lower your IQ. You got to put it, and Leaf, you even said this too, right? This is some of the dumbest shit that you could hear of, right? The Balkan Dwarf, that's why it's going to do well. Of course, that's why it's going to do well. And look at the volume. It's breaking out. It's getting new all-time highs. You guys, if the dumb stuff is pumping, everybody's having a good time. When people are selling that, they're going to put it into the serious stuff. The serious stuff will pump too. It all grows together. And what I'm trying to get at here is back to Bitcoin. We want to keep it a little bit more relevant to Bitcoin because Bitcoin's at prices we haven't seen since before the halfway point of this year. Since, would that be the first quarter or the second quarter, I guess? And we're in the third quarter now. Preach. You know what? I think, Balloon, we should talk about crypto mining stocks here or there. I think we should mention them and look at them going forward because I think they're going to have a hell of a week as well. But you guys, undeniably, we're in a breakout phase. I want to do some long-term analysis, but before we do that, actually, I do want to just see where we are on the fibs here, okay? Let's see. From a high to a low. Yeah, went up to your 618, found support on the 0.5, went through. You guys, if anybody's been following my channel at all, whether you're new, whether you're not, if you're new, hit that like button and subscribe. You know you want to. You know I want you to. Do it, okay? Just do it. Do it. If you've been following the channel, if you know anything about fibs, you know that this 886 level is key, okay? When you break above the 886, the floodgates open to your primary target areas, okay? And the party don't stop there. It does not. Absolutely not. We did not consolidate for 8 months to stop right here. We did not consolidate above previous all-time highs for 8 months to move up this much. No, this is Bitcoin. This is crypto. We will settle for nothing less than $500,000 by the end of the cycle. And it's probably going to take a year to get there from here, but we're at low prices now at 71K. You guys, when we have, if you don't have kids, when you have kids, if you already have kids, then when you have grandkids, if you have grandkids, then when you have great-grandkids, they will ask us, where were you when Bitcoin was below $100,000? And you're going to say, I was right fucking here. Right here the whole time, ready to go. You know the bears aren't here. They're in their caves, man. It's getting to be winter. They should be hibernating. What are they doing getting involved in this market, man? I don't get it. But here we are, rallying, throwing out our voices, having to clear out my voice every single second because I can't seem to clear it out. I don't know why. But I do want to, looking at this, again, looking at the fib here, I want to stress the importance, the significance of the 886. We have 2 days and 21 hours left in the month. If we close this month, and you already know I'm calling for us to close at new all-time highs by the end of this month. It's becoming a reality hour by hour. But we still have 2 days and 21 hours left. Anything can happen. It's not guaranteed until it happens. When we close above the 886 on the monthly, when we close above the 886 on the weekly, the floodgates are open at least to prices that are well above $10,000 above where we are now. That's just the minimum target. That's just the minimum target. This would be the maximum target of only the primary area. This is the primary zone. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can go deeper than that, right? Bitcoin loves its 2272. It also likes the 1886, the 2618. Let me show you what I mean. Let's do some long-term analysis here. Damn, it feels good, you guys. This is the kind of energy we need in the markets. I got to clear my throat again. It's going away. There we go. We're back. Not really. It's still kind of there. Whatever. From a high to a low, Bitcoin loves its 2272. From a high to a low, do you not understand what I'm saying when I say 2272? Look over here, 2.272. It loves its 2272, right? It liked it then, and it did not like it this cycle, right? This past cycle, it only hit the 1618. This is the one time, but again, this is the only cycle that didn't hit the 2272. This is the only cycle that had a double top. This is the only cycle where the DXY, the dollar, the US dollar currency index, was expanding, seeing a rapid growth. The dollar was gaining strength in the finale phase, or what should have been, in my opinion, the finale phase of the bull market. You guys, this cycle, I think a lot of people have had it wrong. And I've said it since the beginning, but I'm saying it more now because it's becoming more and more obvious. I'm getting more confident with it, right? Everybody's been wrong calling for it, and not everybody. Everybody who's been calling for a left translated cycle has been wrong. This cycle, I'm confident, will be the longest cycle from start to finish that we've ever seen. Longest does not mean the biggest as far as growth goes. I wish it did. We're going to see the highest market cap by the end of it. But the longest cycle in a time perspective, I definitely think so. And where will the 2272 be for this cycle, right? We didn't hit it this cycle. If we go from the all-time high here to the cycle low right here, 2272 is at $462,000. Right above that is that magical psychological halfway point to $1 million, $500,000. We've gone above the 2272 2 out of 3 cycles, right? The 2 cycles that we went above the 2272, just above it, did not have COVID going on, did not have high inflation rates going on. We did not have the DXY gaining strength and just all quantitative tightening, all this kind of stuff going on, right? Those 2 cycles that we hit the 2272, they didn't have all that going on. The one cycle we didn't hit the 2272 had that going on. This cycle does not have any of that stuff going on. We're in the opposite. We have quantitative easing going on. Inflation is it's like below 3%. That's what they say. It's really not, right? Inflation year to year it's probably closer like dude, it's not 3%. It's probably like 8 or 9 or 10 or 20. Who really knows like what the true rate of inflation is? They can fudge it or make it up all they want. But CPI data says it's like 2.4, 2.7%, dramatically lower than last cycle. Nothing's standing in our way. Nothing's standing in the way. In fact, if you want anything to stand in your way, be a bear. You can stand in your own way if you want to be a bear. But if you're a bull right now, ain't nothing standing in your way. We're going up. What's up, J-Boy Smith? You know what's up. We all know what's up. We're feeling it. I want to go back and look at the monthly RSI. I think I was saying weekly when I was doing this the whole time. I'm sorry. I meant monthly, you guys. I meant monthly. I hope you guys picked up on that when I was comparing the 2017 period over here to this, the monthly, not the weekly, my bad. We're this close. And if Bitcoin closes above all-time highs, or even if it, maybe it would have to close a little bit more than just above all-time highs, but if it can get just a little bit higher, if we can get into that overbought zone on a monthly, I think that'd be phenomenal, man. I think that'd be really phenomenal. Most of the time, almost always, whenever you get in that overbought zone. So like if we look here, look at the very first cycle here. I'm going to delete all this stuff so we can go through and just kind of compare what's going on with the RSI. You go to the first cycle, obviously we don't have enough historical data to see, or there's not enough price action to determine what the RSI should have been back here, okay? But you were overbought, whatever, overbought for a long time, went up, nice. Next cycle, you got overbought, got out of it, and then once you got overbought again, that was November. That's whenever, we're almost in November, that's when you got overbought. November was right here, right? You got overbought. It was nothing really but upside until after that, right? And then we paused and then we grew, right? Kind of a strange thing. We could do something like this, but I don't think we will. I think it is going to be more consistent with 2017, but we'll see. Again, got overbought, then we came out just like this over here, a little bit different obviously, but the same kind of idea where you got out. Once you came back into the overbought zone, I don't know if I would say it's October or November. Let's stick with November. November it was, okay? November, where was it? Over here? Right there, right? From then on, nothing but upside. the downside months, the red months that we had 3 red months from then on, right? And one of them was less than 1% to the downside. The other one was less than 10% to the downside. And then the final one there, which came down a lot, very volatile, came back up, had a bullish finish, less than 10% to the downside as well. 3 red months for basically a year, over a year's time, okay? So it was essentially 3 red months in the course of 13 months. That's 10 green months out of 13, you guys. That's right, in comparison to this too, right? If we're moving up from November, we had 2 red months, okay? November 2012 to November 2013. In the course of 12 months there, we had 2. 10 out of 12 months were green. Back here, 10 out of 13 months were green, right? After we got overbought, again, relating to the monthly RSI, getting overbought, then you're not, then you get back in the overbought. We got overbought back here. Actually, this would have been the appropriate time, I think, to measure this. This would have been the comparable area, just like this. We didn't get overbought this time, and then we had COVID. We had all this stuff going on. Again, it was kind of a strange cycle. We had this huge lag phase. We moved up very, very fast in a very short amount of time. It was different. It was less constructive than any other cycle, right? And I think that did set us back, along with everything else that happened. But nonetheless, if we compare this move here to those other moves I was going off of, when we finally got overbought again, was October 2020 when we broke out. We did not have a year this time, but out of the rest of the bull market, because I wouldn't call this the bull market. Yes, our all-time high was here, but that was the finale of the bull market. I think we should have had a finale here, but there's too much going on in the world that did not allow that. On this finale, okay, when we got overbought again, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green months in a row, continuing to grow in that 7th month there, right? So it wasn't 10 this time, but we batted 1,000. We literally hit every single month green up until the end there. It was red right at the end, but that was the red month was our all-time high, so we'll take it. Or not our all-time high. It was like the end of the bull cycle. Technically, that was the all-time high, right? Here we are, overbought. Now you're not. We're about to get in the overbought zone, okay? If we get in the overbought zone by the end of this month, if it's November like it has been historically, whatever. We got a year left, essentially a year left if we're comparing it to every cycle that we've had before, right? Except for this one. Even this one, right? Even this one, it was October. If we went a year out, that'd be over here. That was around the all-time highs. A year is actually 13 months, right? Again, not the end of the bull cycle, but still to the all-time highs. It took a year. So every single time, once we've gotten into that overbought zone for the second time, it took about a year to find the all-time high. This was the one exception where it took less than a year to find the cycle, the end of the bull cycle, but still the exception or the fact remained the same that we saw our all-time high 12 to 13 months afterwards. Man, I'm beating around the bush. Let's get to it. Overbought here would imply that we have at least 12 to 13 months based off of our historical data left of bull cycle to go. My goodness. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I really don't know why. Out of the foreseeable 12 to 13 months we have left, 10 of them are going to be green. We might have 6 of them green in a row. Who knows, man? But all I do believe to know is that this coming pump that we're about to experience is going to be dramatically bigger than what we've seen so far. That's how it's been every single time before. And I've said that so many times. We're saying it again here, but it's a big deal. It's a fact. It's literally in the charts. The most bullish phase of any cycle has been after the halving, after you get back into the overbought zone, after getting out of it the first time, right? It's that post-halving pump that is the most significant. And the reason why we're geeking, the reason why there's 155 of you, and I've never had that many people in my live stream before, the reason why so many people are jazzed up about Bitcoin right now is because this is the signal we've been looking for to commence this next phase up. And that's the main point. I'm going to stop going over the long-term stuff so much. Let's get into the short-term. $70,900. We're looking at the daily here. Speaking of just getting into the overbought zone, we're overbought now. We did hold the zone. We didn't go down to these lows to match up with these lows here. That's perfect. That's actually a sign of strength, not going there. That's what they call a partial decline. Living above the 50, living above the 60 even, and then also getting in the overbought zone like this often, right? When you're overbought like this, and then it takes you a while to get overbought, like it's nice when you're overbought. Those are the strong readings, right? Those when you get your high, when you get your highs. But when you're more consistent with it, when you're getting these readings at a more consistent basis, and you're not retreating all the way back down to your oversold zone, this is when you really get things kicking off and moving in a very bullish fashion. Okay, my God, guys, I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. I really don't know. It's actually been like this kind of all day, but I haven't had to talk. That coconut water, I think, helps, or maybe it makes it worse. I don't know. I think it helps. But if we're looking at this for what it is, relative high here to relative low on a daily basis, we're up at our 1272, 1414 area. It's very common this cycle. I've seen a lot of things go just above their 1414 like this and then come back down and find support at their 100,886 area. That could be what's what's the word I'm looking for? Installed, not installed. That could be what's in store for us over the coming days. I certainly hope not, because I would throw out the new all-time highs by the end of the month theory. But again, that could be what we do. It's too early to say that this is a top. Again, I just want to say a lot of the time this cycle I have seen this kind of maneuver where from a high to a low, you do move up to your 1414 and that's where you stop. On the plus side to that, oftentimes when you take a small fib range like this, right, you're more likely to see deeper extensions. You're less likely to turn around in these primary areas, right? When you take a larger fib like this, maybe like the overall high to low here, right? These are the fibs that you're more likely to stop in these primary expected areas. And isn't that great, man? Look at that. The 1272 right here on the grand, I'm going to get on the weekly here so we can see it. High to low of the consolidation phase, okay? The 1272 lines up perfectly with this 3618 of this smaller fib, a deep extension. The 1414 lines up perfectly with the 4618, even the 5618. Like, what the hell lines up with the 1618? Well, you guys, there's a lot of significance at that $82K to $95,000 area. I'm not saying that we're gonna stop there and that's the all-time high. I'm not saying that we're gonna blast through it. I do expect that we're gonna find some turbulence in this area and then continue upwards. But when I say some turbulence, it's not going to be anything like what we've seen the past 8 months, right? It's going to be like this. It's going to be less than that even, right? It's not going to be something like this or something like this. It'll be a dramatically shorter amount of time. It's nothing but upside month after month after month. We already did the math. We already did the comparisons. 10 out of the next 12 to 13 months, statistically speaking, will be green. That's the facts. That's literally what the charts say. My guy, what's up, Go Anders? I didn't text you tonight because I thought you might be asleep and I wanted to respect that. I didn't want to wake you up. What's going on, my man? Go Anders, you guys. That's my best crypto friend right there in the world. And also a really good friend of mine too. I appreciate you. He's a good guy, man. Got me to eat meat again. Well, maybe not just you. It's probably my health, but talked me through it. Talked me through eating meat again. I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you might know this, but I went vegetarian for about 11 years, and I was vegan for six of those years. And I started having I just started having doubts about it being healthy for me. I started eating meat, and you guys, I feel vibrant. I feel vibrant right now. I had 2 steaks tonight. I feel vibrant. Feel alive, baby. I don't know. When I said old friend, I don't mean like old. He's not old. I don't mean my oldest crypto. I mean like I don't know. I don't know what I said. He's not old, man. That's not what I mean. I mean like I've known you for a while. How long? I've probably known you for like 5 or 6, 7 years now, something like that. That's a good portion of my life, man. But no, he's not old, man. He's in better shape than I am. He's older than me, but he's in better shape than I am. That's for sure. Oh, okay. See, right over my head, man. Yeah. Okay, good. You're not that old. All right, I get you. Yeah. I would be asleep right now. I was literally, man, those steaks and mashed potatoes, you guys, I got put in a food coma. I was ready to go to bed, but you can't sleep with this. I don't think anybody's getting sleep tonight, right? Longs are safe in SAFU. Shorts are screwed, and whatever the opposite of SAFU would be. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame real quick. Getting overbought, looking so bullish, you guys. Looking very, very strong. This is the highest reading. Look at that, right? When have we been this high in the 4-hour? It's been since July. Since July, man. It's been a very long time. And in that phase there, we still continue to creep upwards, right? When we got into these areas, right, that was here. We still crept upwards, right? And I have a feeling that we're not going to sell off afterwards this time. We're going to just continue. So even though, yes, we're the most overbought that we've been in a while, when we were overbought back here, it was right here. We didn't stop. we continue upwards. We stopped at like 65K, and we really didn't finish until about $70,000. So, I mean, and that took place. How long did that take? 15th of July. That took like 10 days. We're looking for a shorter move than that. I want you to be at new all-time highs by the end of this month. I want to be validated, but it doesn't matter if I'm validated or not. Who cares about being right or wrong? It's about risk management anyways. Big green candles keep me up at night too. Yeah, oh yeah, man, definitely. Too much fun. That's what, I don't normally go live on this night. It didn't work out. You know, I normally like to go live at 8 o'clock for me, but it's like almost 10 o'clock at night now. But man, when the bell tolls, you got to listen. You got to be there for it. XCN and Swift Coin are just up 1.5%. That's the thing, guys. Let's actually look at that on that note, right? Talking about your favorite altcoins that aren't pumping. The meme coins are going crazy, but you look at the dominance. Bitcoin's moving up. It's at highs that it hasn't been at in quite some time. It's still, the dominance is still moving up, right? It had a hell of a day yesterday too. 0.5% for dominance, you guys. Gaining 0.5% for Bitcoin versus the whole crypto market. That's pretty significant, right? The dominance, your favorite altcoins, don't fret, right? If Bitcoin's doing this, that was a mess of a chart. If you go back and pause that, that's a mess of a chart. Bitcoin's doing this and your favorite altcoins just going down or being boring, right? Bitcoin went up 3% yesterday. It's up another 1.3% today. If your coin's doing nothing, don't worry about it. Dominance is still going up. In time, the dominance will move down, right? It does every cycle. It's inevitable. It happens. And it's during these phases, right? Even on these small phases, it's phenomenal for altcoins normally, right? But during this, what we're about to have happen to us, right? Even if it's not as big as these, it's going to be very significant. That's when your altcoins are going to pump. So be patient. Just be patient. I hope nobody makes the wrong moves. I do want to stress right now, and this is not financial advice, but this is probably the worst time to try and cycle through coins. Because what you're going to do if you're trying to cycle through coins is you're going to sell your coin that's doing nothing, and you're going to buy the coin that's doing something, whenever the rest of the market is doing nothing right now. Bitcoin's moving up, and some coins are moving up faster than Bitcoin. But if you're buying the shiny toy in the sky right now, whenever it's time for the dominance to drop, you sell the coin that was boring. That's when it pumps. And the goal, you guys, is to get in before the pump, not during the pump, right? You got to suffer through the boring times to be vindicated, to be validated. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be rich, right? And this is why I'm saying this now. You guys got to be patient. You got to be patient. Trust me, there's plenty of coins that I'm holding too that have underperformed Bitcoin over the past couple months. And I wish I was holding some coins that I had my eyes on that I didn't buy and they pumped. We all feel that way. But you need to be patient. If you swap these coins around right now, it literally could be the difference of like a really bad decision. Just be patient, okay? 170, 210. What's going on, everybody? This, by the way, before tonight, the record was 120. So we're almost double that. Let's keep it going. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I appreciate all of you for being here very much. But yeah, Leaf too, man. I swear, you guys, on a totally personal note, talking about diet, right? I've been eating nothing but meat, and I had some mashed potatoes tonight, but I've really been eating nothing but meat for the past week. I had hives every day. I was like itching very incessantly. You can watch my videos throughout the past week. I'm probably itching throughout the videos. I haven't had any itching at all today or yesterday. Like I feel vitalized. I feel good, man. And it's like you can cure yourself with food, man. You can cure yourself with food, and you can cure yourself with green candles. That's for sure. You can buy yourself a cure when this thing goes up enough. I think we're all feeling a little bit of that right now. Definitely cures any bear-itis that we have. Hopefully. Yeah, and I wouldn't say I'm on a carnivore diet, but I'm definitely eating a lot of meat. Like I've had over a pound of meat every day now for the past week, and I feel great. I feel really good, man. And I don't want to get too personal, but my body agrees with it. I'll just leave it at that. Right? How much do I think Dogecoin will go up this week? I think Dogecoin is actually a relative topic. I think we could talk about that. Let's talk to Dogecoin. This week, I don't know, man. This cycle, it might sound crazy, you guys, but I genuinely think Dogecoin is going to be worth multiple dollars by the end of the cycle. I believe it'll be worth near, if not above, $4. Is that 16? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You know what? I'll show you what I mean when I say I'm not kidding. Right? We take the high. We go to the low, right? You can see that you hit your 1618 this cycle. Dogecoin does this thing where it's boring most of the cycle, right? This is in January. It was March 2017. Bitcoin's bull cycle ended in December of 2017, right? It had its bull cycle well past then. Doge was boring, and then it finally pumps, right? It does this thing where it's boring most of the bull cycle, and then it shows up in the last quarter, right? It hit its 1618 right there perfectly to a T, just a little bit above it. Okay, cool. Golden ratio extension, gotta love it. From a high to a low of the next cycle, you not only went to your 1618, but you exceeded it, went right to your 2272 above it. Beautiful. You're actually finding support on the 1618 from this move up right now, right? And I said it since this last move that I don't think Dogecoin's going to go below 12 cents again. There's some YouTubers out there that I was watching. It was literally since this week here that I said I don't think we're going to go below 12 cents again, because I made that video when we were at like 14 cents, and I was saying that I think right now this week right here was the beginning of one of these phases that Dogecoin likes to do. These Dogecoin moves, right, where it's boring most of the cycle and then it shows up in that last quarter, that last third. That's what's happening now. That's exactly what's happening now. How much is going to move up this week? I don't know. It could be 100%. It could be 10%. It could be less than that. It could be more than that. You know, I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be as intense as it was last cycle. But something more comparable to this could happen, right? Where we get an initial pump, you sell off a little bit, consolidate, and then an initial pump. Not just unstoppable mania like we saw last cycle. But again, I want to get back to the fibs here. From a high to a low, you broke through the 1618 on this cycle too. Okay, you went all the way up to your 2272. Both cycles, you at least hit your 1618, right? I don't believe this cycle, like the last cycle, I don't believe you're going to go to the 2272. That'd be insane. 23 bucks. You guys, if Dogecoin went to 23 bucks, I'd kick myself in the ass for ever selling my Dogecoin. That's for sure. I don't know what world we'd be living in at that point in time, man. Elon Musk would send us to Mars just on the Dogecoin funds alone. But the 1618, a target that we've hit the last two cycles, is right there at $3.94, and that's the target that I'm giving. That's the target that I have given since since, was it 2022 or 2020? I think it was 2022. Yeah, probably around these times actually. Yeah, I've been calling for that for a while, but I haven't talked about it like in every single video. But any Dogecoin video, any long-term Dogecoin video, you can see that I've confidently been calling for prices here at least above $2 is what I'm thinking. And I wouldn't be surprised if we went to like $4 or $5, you know, for Dogecoin by the end of this cycle. So where's it going to be by the end of this week? I don't know, man. I really don't know. But it's going to go up. That's for sure. You're about to get overbought. I don't know. Your daily RSI is overbought. Yeah, you've got bearish divergence showing itself right now. People are probably going to be shorting Doge or thinking it's going to sell. It's not going to sell, man. It's going to keep moving up. Really, what you're doing here, consolidating at the 382 like this, I don't think you're stopping until you go to your 61869 area, which is all the way up at 26.2 cents to 32 cents. You're going to make that move fast. You could be up there by the end of this week, if not certainly before halfway through November. I think it's going to be a very short amount of time, probably even before the first week of November is over. But let's see here. Off to bed, Mr. Matt. Thank you for being here, man. Amir, what's up? What about BNB or Solana? I don't know, man. BNB, LCX, yeah, we could talk about all those, but maybe not in this video, you guys, because I do want to keep it more kind of pertained to Bitcoin and anything that's pumping. I don't want to talk about the stuff that's boring right now. I'll make those videos tomorrow, right? We'll talk about it. But again, I do want to stress that the boring stuff right now is not going to be boring soon, right? It just takes this dominance to drop, and it's getting there. It is getting there, okay? We're definitely at the point where the dominance will drop, and I wonder if we could actually compare, you know, if we think about it. Let's actually do this. Let's try this real quick, actually. Let's go from the halving points, okay? So obviously, we don't have 2012's halving in mind here, so let's go to the 2016 halving right here. 2016, it was July 9th, 2016, so it would have been this week right here. Come on now, get it, come on, right there, 4th. That was the week of the halving. We dropped a little bit, but we didn't really significantly move down. We didn't break down until about 36 weeks later, okay? 36 weeks later. The next halving was in 2020. It was May, I think it was either May 11th or May 9th. I'm going to put it the week before, whatever. If it was May 11th, then this will be 1 week shorter than what I'm giving it, but we didn't move down then. We moved up, we moved down. I wouldn't say we really broke out until 46 weeks. But if we went from like the top there, that's about 35 weeks. I don't know, from the relative high, 35 weeks, 36 weeks. That's actually pretty close together. But we didn't break out of this zone really until 45 weeks. But still, again, from the high point, it took about 34 weeks after the halving. That's pretty close to 36. There is some congruence there. I like that. If we go to this halving here, our most recent halving, which was April 20th of 2024, baby. Let's get it. April 20th, right here. What's up? Here we go. Come on. Right there. All right, man. Let's see. What are we at right now? Definitely doesn't look like 36 weeks to me, but I don't know. Hey, kind of close, actually. 28 weeks, right? And this is what we want to see, actually, right? Bitcoin, we're in that phase right now, you guys, where certain coins are definitely outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin is growing. Not all of the market is going to pump all at once, but we're at that point. We're getting close. Even if it takes 36 weeks, that would put us in December of this year. By the end of this year could be when we start to see the altcoin season really kick off, and we see altcoins kicking off like they haven't really this whole cycle, right? It's upon us. And technically, right, 36 weeks, 34 weeks, who knows? Maybe it's a little shorter this time. Maybe it's 30 weeks. Maybe it's 32 weeks. Maybe sometime in the beginning of December. Maybe sometime in the beginning of November. It depends, I guess, how hard Bitcoin pumps versus the rest of the markets. But again, this doesn't mean, just because this is going up doesn't mean altcoins are going down. They're probably going up too. It's just Bitcoin's outperforming them, outpacing them. We're just waiting for that dump, man. And when it comes, I don't know. But when it comes, it'll be obvious. And let's see, too, when you dropped here, not really, you weren't overbought, so not really comparable conditions. Here, you were overbought, but no bearish divergence, right? Here, we're overbought, no bearish divergence. So don't be expecting bearish divergence if that's what you're looking for, right? You do not have to top off with bearish divergence. But man, let's see. Let's look at our ribbon here, our MA ribbon. We're looking at the weekly. If anybody knows anything about the ribbon here, whenever you move up, first and foremost, the yellow line being on top, above the red especially, is bullish posturing. When you cross below, that's what they call a bearish cross, bearish posturing, right? And that's downside bear markets, upside bull markets, right? You get the bullish cross, that's when we start moving up, okay? When you get these moves where you come into the ribbon and the ribbon contracts, it gets tighter, but you're still finding support on it, you're still residing above the yellow line like this and still postured upwards, you're contracting. Think of it like a spring, right? You're getting, and this is how, whenever I learned about this is what the guy said about it, is like, think of it like a spring. You're compacting it, you're getting it tighter and tighter, and then when it's time, it expands. It'll expand. And that's what, right now, I think it's just becoming more apparent as the weeks go on. We're about to hit that expansive phase. So this is a really bullish look on the weekly ribbon right now. Monthly ribbon, we don't even need to look at, man. It's bullish, it's always bullish, whatever. Daily ribbon's a bit ugly. You tend to get a lot of disrespect when you're moving sideways, and this has definitely been a lot of chop, but we are showing some significance. We are getting some separation on the daily, right, pointed upwards. Things are looking bullish, man. We're unstoppable. We're unbeatable. It feels like that right now, right? Well, I'll just move back down to 65K because we're also bullish right now. Anyone want to send me BCH, go for it. Hussein needs some BCH, baby. Maybe he doesn't need it. He just wants it. I can understand that. Well, I'm glad you do, Epsilon. I don't know, that was kind of a crash course, but yeah, you know, in essence, you could take that for what it's worth with the ribbons and apply that anywhere. That's pretty basic stuff that'll help you like understand it. Yeah. And another thing, when you're getting disrespect like this, again, something very important to remember is that you should not expect to find respect. You should not expect to find respect on your ribbons like you do in your more bullish phases, right, where you're finding support on it and moving up, not going below it. You shouldn't expect to find respect when you're moving sideways, okay? If you're disrespecting it, that could be a foreshadowing of moving sideways, neutral price action to come, just so you know. But enough of that. Enough of that. What else should we look at? What else should we get going on here? I don't know, man. We could look at the DXY. Why not? Why not look at the DXY? I wonder what rate cuts are going to. I wonder what the interest rates are going to do. Are they going to hike them? Or are they going to cut them? They're probably not going to hike them. They'll probably either stay stationary or cut them. The expectation is to cut them in this coming month here, but we'll see. I think if they cut them by 25 or 50 basis points, I think that that would be bullish for the markets for sure. But DXY, it's kind of crazy, right? The DXY's been moving up and Bitcoin's bullish, although it has taken a little pause. And that's the thing too. A lot of people actually think the DXY and Bitcoin are inverse. There are times where they do move together. But what I love about this, I think a good way to look at this on the flip side is that not that the DXY is growing and Bitcoin are growing at the same time, right? If we look at Bitcoin, actually, we go to the weekly here, okay? Bitcoin has not really, like, it's been growing, sure, since September at a pretty steady pace there. But the DXY has been green for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row, almost 5 weeks in a row, right? Up at the 123 moving average too. We'll get back to this in a second as far as resistance goes. But if it's moving up like this, it's only a matter of time before it moves down. It's only a matter of time before it moves down. If the DXY is moving up like this, it's only a matter of time before it moves down. If Bitcoin is moving up like this, while the DXY is moving up like this, how much more bullish will it be when the DXY moves down? That's my question. I wouldn't be concerned that it's moving up in unison. I would be anticipating what happens when this drops, just like I'm anticipating like what happens when this drops. Bullish signals are being primed for us, you guys, across the boards. These aren't the only charts either that are showing these signals, man. There's other things that that are escaping my mind right now because I'm too excited. I'm like, I don't know, like a kid going to Disneyland for his first time. I never went to Disneyland, so probably an adult going to Disneyland for their first time too. You know, I don't care if you like Disney or you don't like Disney. Everybody wants to go to Disneyland, I would think. It seems fun. I'm not going to say how old I am. It seems fun though. Let's see, BCH and BCH, BTC. Yep, we need the TA now. Okay, let's do it, Mr. Hat. Mr. Hat right here. BCH, BTC. What are we doing? Coinbase. Not really a whole lot. I mean, you're up 3.4%. Yeah, moving up a little bit, coming up to prices that we haven't seen, or I guess we have seen in a while. But it'd be nice to keep going. We have a whole week ahead of us, 6 days left. Weekly RSI looks fine. Daily RSI neutral, not a whole lot, but that's what you get with price action, right? I really do think that we're at the base of a move that's about to go up. BCH has only known one pace when it comes to Bitcoin, right? It's either boring and slow to the downside, or it's very fast to the upside. And I think we are at that point in time where we're literally at the wake of this next eruptive move up, and I think it will take us above these prices here. That's a very key thing for Bitcoin Cash, you guys, because that'll be the first time that you get higher lows and higher highs in this thing's whole existence, right? You don't believe me? Let's go over it. Let's look at it, right? Literally the first time that we get higher highs and higher lows in the whole existence. Anytime any chart is gaining value versus Bitcoin, it's bullish. It's very bullish, and it attracts interest of speculators out there. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter what the story is. It doesn't matter if people like this coin or don't like this coin, if it's popular or what. If they're seeing it gain value versus Bitcoin, if it's in an upward posturing, if you're a trader, if you're an investor, if you're a speculator, you don't care. You're emotionless in this game. You're going to look at the charts for what they are, and you're going to be like, all right, facts are facts. It's outpacing Bitcoin. Maybe I should grab some of this. In expectation of that happening, that could imply that Bitcoin Cash itself is going to do some pretty bullish things. We're at 380 right now in Bitcoin Cash. Definitely not as exciting as Bitcoin, in my opinion, because Bitcoin is a lot closer to breaking its cycle highs so far than Bitcoin Cash is. But Bitcoin Cash is on that precipice. It really is on that precipice of breaking above $400, and I think that'll be the ignition, right? That'll be breaking out of this zone. We've kind of already done it. That'll be what sends us up to our next moon mission. And again, Bitcoin Cash only knows one pace when it comes to moving up, right? It's very, very fast, okay? We haven't seen a lot of volume come in a while. When we move up, when we get that volume to come in, I'm looking for above average volume on any given week. Could this be the week? It could. When we get those signals, we know to expect prices probably above $1,000 within a month, within a month, if not at least like a couple weeks or so. Like it's going to be phenomenal. But this weekly RSI as well, moving above the 50, pulling back, bouncing above the 50, bouncing off of it. That's a nice look right there. The daily RSI looks so bullish. It's almost like identical to Bitcoin's. I shouldn't say identical, but it looks a lot like it, right? It's got this upward sloping kind of maneuver. If we go to BTC here, maneuver, upward sloping movement. I don't know why I said maneuver. You look at the daily, right? Bitcoin's got the same kind of upward slope here. It's just Bitcoin's overbought right now. Bitcoin Cash isn't. which could mean that it might rally here pretty soon. I don't know. We look at the 4 hour. 4 hours overbought. That's a nice, we definitely want to be overbought. You don't want to be overbought for like a very long time, but when you freshly get overbought, that's when it's time to get excited. At least I think. Yeah, man, we're at 380 relative to this price action here, right? Relative to our shelf right here on these highs. We're actually above it, dude, daily. This is looking real, man. Look at the volume that we've got so far. We got 19 hours and 46 minutes left. Almost at average volume right now. We've got a whole day ahead of us. This does look like a breakout, right? We had the above average volume here. It looked like a breakout back there, but this seems to be the real deal. Consolidated right above it. But again, I want to kind of keep it pertained to Bitcoin because I think that's what a lot of us are going to focus on. Bitcoin, not that Bitcoin Cash isn't exciting. It's my biggest hold. I love Bitcoin Cash. I love the Dragon Riders. You guys know I do. But what is exciting, the reason why Bitcoin's a little bit more exciting at this point is because it is really close. It is basically there, man, to seeing new all-time highs. We're going to wake up tomorrow, the next day, you're going to blink and it's going to be at new all-time highs. And that's pretty damn exciting. Bitcoin Cash has its own exciting things going on too. We're just not there yet. We're not at those exciting phases yet. The equivalent for this, for Bitcoin Cash, it won't even be when it breaks all-time highs. It'll be whenever it breaks out of this zone. And we're close. We're close to that. From this current month that we're in right now, it'll be November probably when we break that. That'll be at like $617. We're very close. But $380 to $617, that's not nearly as close as $71,000 is to $73,800, right? We are about to make history with BTC, and that's why I want to keep focusing on this, man, is that it's exciting. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And we haven't even hit the most crazy thing, or maybe not the most crazy thing, but one of the craziest things. I hit on it on my last live stream. We talk about it every live stream, is this cup and handle, right? Very massive, absolutely massive cup and handle. And I think it's undeniable at this point we're breaking out of it, right? The measure move of this cup and handle pattern, people measure it different ways, but the formal way that I think you should measure it, as far as what Thomas Bulkowski says on his website there, from a low to a high, you'd measure it like this, and then you put it at the top of that there. Some people might measure from the base, some people might measure from the breakout, but the way that Thomas Bulkowski does it is from the high there. That'd put us all the way up at $132,000, right? That's the measure move. That's the measure move, right? When we break out, we're supposed to move up there pretty fast. Now, you don't have to hit it. It's an idea. It's not a requirement. It's not a magnet. There's nothing that is like, other than it being a measure move, there's nothing really compelling it to stop there, right? We could go through it. We don't have to hit it. It's just an idea. But that idea still is dramatically higher than where we are now, right? That idea from the current price would take us up a whole 89%. And generally speaking, whenever it comes to measure moves, or whenever it comes to breaking out of patterns, maybe not this pattern, actually. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. That might only be true for like wedges and stuff. I was going to say that the breakout move takes place in about half the time that the pattern takes, but that wouldn't make sense for this, right? Because half this time, by the time half of this pattern, if we were to go through the halfway point of this pattern and apply that to the amount of time we have left in the cycle, we'd be in 2026. We'd be in the bear cycle. It wouldn't make any sense, But nonetheless, I expect this breakout move. All I'm trying to say is it's going to happen fast. We're going to move up there pretty fast. We really could see prices up at 132,000 by the end of this year, if not certainly sometime in like January, or at the very latest, I think February next year. We're going to be up there, and I think we're not stopping there. I don't think that's the all-time high for the cycle. You guys already know what I said in the beginning. I don't really know if I have anything else I want to say. I just wanted to get on here. I wanted to party and celebrate with you guys. And yeah, man. So I'm gonna look at the comments now. People will probably start to leave because I'm running out of steam. But let's get into it. Let's see. I don't think BTC makes new all-time highs until election. Now, see, that's fair. That's definitely fair. I could see that, and that's the one thing that has me a little bit worried, is that we are kind of we're not far. The election is right upon us. These weeks are growing longer as we get closer to it, right? It's like the anticipation is making it take a longer amount of time than it actually is. But I don't know. There's Ben Cohen. Ben Cohen was talking about something today. I was watching his video. What was it, man? I actually want to go. I want to go to Ben Cohen. Shout out to Rita on Jesus Coin TV there. Benjamin Cohen. What was it that you were talking about? It was some kind of big deal that he was going over. No. It was decision time. This one. There was a chart he was going over in this, and I can't remember what it was, but it was something to do with like the macroeconomics of like markets outside of just Bitcoin itself. And that the decision time, it would be by the end of this week. So that would be before the election. Again, it's kind of pointless that I'm talking about it because I don't even know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I just don't know what the chart was called, what he was referring to. But according to him, we might have our decision made up by the end of this week, what we're going to do. It could be until election. I don't know. That makes sense to me. But I'm still calling for new all-time highs by the end of this month. I'm sticking with the statistics based in October. What I would love to see is a move up into the election, and then the right person gets elected, and then we just explode even more. That's what I'd like to see. But who knows, man? Sometimes too, oftentimes enough, actually, we get that buy the hype, sell the news event. Maybe people, and I feel like personally, it might just be me. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like most people are anticipating a Trump win in the election. That's just what it seems like to me. I'm on X.com, on the socials and stuff. Like from what I can hear, X.com is a very not a conservative platform, but there are probably more conservatives than liberals on this platform, right? Over 34 million views, nowhere to be found. JRE, right? Is that what it is? Maybe my opinion is skewed. I don't know. But I try to not be biased. I really try to just like take things for what they are and look at them for what they are. But you don't really know, right, if you're in an echo chamber or not. But it does seem to me like Trump is in the lead. It does seem like he has the better chance of winning here. And beyond what the polls say, beyond like what the early votes say, it just seems like he's the better speaker, the one that isn't as full of shit as the other one, right? Like and to each their own, right? I'm not trying to demean anything. Again, I could be biased. I have no idea who's going to win, but it does seem to me that most people are anticipating Trump to win. And if that's the case, maybe we get a buy the hype, sell the news event. Maybe we buy the hype on Trump winning, and then Kamala wins, and then we pull back. But then we remember, oh, this is crypto, this is Bitcoin. We're still going to go up. It's still a bull cycle. Kamala said she's going to be pro-crypto as well and provide some regulatory clarifications. So regardless of who wins, it's still going to be bullish for crypto. But if Trump wins, I think it would just be more bullish for crypto. I don't know if we'd get that pullback, man. I think we would just we might buy the hype and then buy the news at that point. I don't know. But regardless, if we see new all-time highs before the election or after the election, I would expect that we definitely we really start to kick things off after the election. I would agree with that logic. That makes a lot of sense to me, actually. And that's kind of how it is most of the time. The market wants. I would say so. Yeah, I would agree. The market definitely wants Trump. Facts Trump for the dump. Maybe you never know, right? It'll be interesting, right? Either way, a buy the hype, sell the news event could be what happens with the election, but time will tell. Regardless of who wins, though, whether it's blue or red, and we did this in the last live stream, whether it's Obama winning, whether it's Trump winning, whether it's Biden winning, we have seen the bull market enter its most phenomenal phase of growth after the election, regardless of who wins, right? And this cycle, we actually have pro-crypto candidates on both sides of the coin. So I don't see us losing either way, guys, right? Maybe losing politically on your political beliefs. One party's going to win, one party's going to lose in that sense, okay? But not losing in the sense of a crypto united front, man. We're really we're gonna smash, dude. Just like Khabib, right? How he smashed your boy with Conor McGregor. We're going to smash your boy with $100,000 on Bitcoin, man. We're gonna smash your boy with $300,000, man. It's gonna be great by the time this cycle. Believe me, right? I talk to a lot of people. There's plenty, and I know some people that talk about this. I can't do, no matter how hard I try, I can't do a Trump comparison or a Trump impersonation. I embarrass myself with it every time. But whatever, man. Trump for the dump for sure. MAGA coin. Trump 2024 pump fight. You're definitely biased there. The Diesel says. This makes sense. And that's what I mean. Look, I feel like we've got a good mix here, right? So maybe I am biased, right? There's people, and there's not that I have thousands of people, not that this is the best thing to gauge off of, but we got enough people in here. There seems to be a good conflict of each. You know, the polls say it's pretty split 50-50. And as far as I know, the polls actually are giving Kamala the lead. Not all polls are, but some of the polls that I've seen. But time will tell, man. We'll see. At the end of the day, we'll see. Hopefully no one's ballots are getting set on fire. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but that's some BS. The markets apparently don't care. But in Washington and Oregon, there were some ballots being set on fire, which is just lame, man. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's some kids, or maybe it's some people who really just are like anti-American people. I don't know, but whether they're on the left or on the right or whoever they are, like that's just not cool, man. Like that's like a federal offense. That's shit that you just, I don't know, man. That's not cool. It really is not cool. But on the bright side, they were early election ballots, so people can just cast their ballots again. Probably they'll allow that stuff, or I don't know how they'll go about it, but it wasn't in like large areas either, as far as I know. I think it was in like more less densely populated areas, but I don't know. Too big to rig or too legit to quit. Sean, he ain't fooling. Do Miggles. He ain't doing Miggles. I ain't doing Miggles, Sean. I ain't going to do any Miggles. You can keep saying Miggles if you want. We can do our Wiggles, but I ain't going to do no Miggles. Can we peek at Jesus Coin? We peeked at it earlier. We can peek at the Balkan Dwarf right here. 59% up this week already. Good job. Good job, anybody holding Balkan Dwarf. It's not me. I wish it was, man. I'm not even kidding, Leaf. Dude, I was going to buy some down here, man. Was gonna. Who cares, right? How many coins were all of us was gonna buy? Like, it doesn't matter. You either do or you don't, right? It's like Fast and Furious. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right? You're either gonna win or you're gonna lose. You're gonna miss out or you're gonna get in. It's how it is, right? And this is a coin that I wish I got in. I did think it was gonna go up. I just thought it might go a little lower first, and oh well, man. But Jesus Coin itself is also on a rally, and I think it's about to move up. It's 20% up already in the past 24 hours. This week it's up 20.5%. Yeah, looking like it wants to see new all-time highs for sure. But nothing really too exciting at the moment. I won't be excited for Jesus. I'm excited for it no matter what, but I won't be excited until we're back above the 618. Until we're closing a week above 60235, we're probably just going to be consolidating, right? We genuinely could move up here and then continue to consolidate for another couple weeks. Who knows? But I have a feeling, guys, by the end of November, Jesus Coin will be at new all-time highs. And from the price that it's at now, I mean, that's a 3x, right? And then from there, the minimum target's at least a 5, almost a 6x from here. Maximum target would be like a 13x. And I expect any and all of these prices, wherever it tops off, I expect that to be achieved by the end of the year. This thing only knows one pace, man. Just like the Balkan Dwarf, just like most meme coins, it only knows one pace. It's very, very fast, right? But you guys, I'm running out of steam. I really am tired. That's probably it for the video. I just wanted to get on here and get all hyped with you guys. You know, it's really exciting. Really exciting times that we're in right now. This is the beginning of that final phase in the bull market. It's bittersweet because good times do not last forever. On the sweet side, they're just getting started. On the bitter side, we're probably a year's time or less left in the bull market, right? So there's not much time left to make money in this cycle. And these cycles, they take time. They take years to form, right? Even in the bull cycles, you go through half a year, 8-month periods where you're just boring and doing nothing, man, right? I was feeling the boredom at this last part. That's how you know, whenever like the whole market's bored, man, whenever everybody is just literally whining about how boring the market is, that's how you know something's about to happen. And we're right there, man. We're right at the precipice. I got nothing else to say. I feel like I'm running in circles. We could go through and talk about more bullish things, but I think we've got enough said here. I think it's very obvious what's about to happen. And again, what I think is something that we should all focus on, a nice area that we should set a goal for, not just by the end of this week, 5 days and 20 hours from now, but by the end of this month, which is less than 3 days away, 2 days and 20 hours. The goal is to close above $70,471 We close above that 886. These prices, you guys, these prices, they're going to happen in a very short amount. I'm talking by the end of the year, right? This by the end of November. This by the end of the year. That's genuine. And it starts, or at least it's confirmed, when we close above $70,471. We're there now, but we got 2 days and 20 hours left, right? 2 days and 20 hours, a lot can happen, right? We're there now, but we got 5 days, 20 hours left in the week. I would very much like to see both this week and this month close above it. That's the goal. We're already above it. It seems easy now, but time will tell. Anybody at all who is doubting that we're in a bull market, saying we're in a bear market, we've got lower highs and lower lows, not anymore. No, you can't. If you were so stubborn that you couldn't accept that we were still in the bull market, you can't be stubborn anymore, man. We've broken the trend. This is absolutely a breakout. There's no denying it. We broke out this week. We back tested it last week, and we're continuing this week, man. Like there's no denying it. We're in that phase. We're almost getting into that overbought zone in the weekly RSI, almost getting overbought in the monthly RSI, and the whole beginning of the video, you guys know what that means. It means 10 out of the next 13 months are going to be green. And that's all I got to say. Time for bed. Yeah, man. Oh, dude. You know what? I might. I don't know. The only reason, and that's probably a bad thing, man, honestly, because I drink this because of my throat. But then, yeah, I do. I got to wake up at night to go pee. Damn, helping me click some dots there. Last night, I got up 3 different times to go pee. I pounded 2 of these before I went to bed last night. One making videos, or maybe it was water, and then the other one while I was watching TV. But these coconut waters are good, man. If you got a Costco membership and you like coconut water, they got some good. It's a hit or miss with coconut water. If you drink coconut water, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, because a coconut is it a fruit? It's a nut. It's a tree nut. It's a hit or miss. Some of them have good coconut water. Some of them have bad coconut water. These guys, they only get the good ones, man. I swear. But do good, so good. Peace out. I appreciate all of you guys. Get some sleep. If you're in a part of the world where the sun's starting to rise, or at least the moon's not out, get some sunshine. Go out and enjoy the day. It's very exciting, this crypto stuff right now. This is the point in time, too. I would encourage everybody. It can be scary, right? None of us want to be held liable for anybody else's mistakes. But this is the time where if you have friends, if you have loved ones, if you have people that you work with, that you care about, this is the time where you, the person on the inside in crypto, you can make a difference in someone else's life by introducing them to this kind of stuff. I'm like a crypto Mormon. No offense to the Mormons. I hope you guys got a sense of humor. Actually, I've met some Mormons. They actually do have a pretty good sense of humor. Not all of them, but that's just people, I think, right? But in the sense of, I'm a crypto Mormon in the sense of I will go knocking door to door and say, can we talk about the good coin today? Hi, how are you? I'd like to talk about the book of crypto. You know what I mean? Be that person. You can make a difference in someone's life, right? There's plenty of wealth in this space to go around, and you never know, man. Somebody opened your eyes to it. You could be that person to open the door, open the frontier for somebody else during a time where you could literally be freaking, like, you could be dumb. You guys, you don't have to do anything. And like Smooth Operator said, the more dumb you are, the more money you're going to make. You gotta set that IQ low, man. Everybody wants to have a high IQ, and I get it. For most things in life, that's great. But the lower your IQ, the dumber the logic is on some of this stuff, probably the more money you're going to make. And that's the whole point I'm trying to say, is that you don't have to be smart to make money from here on out through the cycle. You just got to buy, and you just got to hold, right? And don't just buy any random crap, right? And some of these meme coins I've talked about, who's to say that they're random crap or not? I don't think they are. I do think they're going to grow. And there's more meme coins, that I'm invested in. I'm not invested in Kekek or the Balkan Dwarf, but I don't know. Is that? It almost feels like racist Kekek, but it's not. I don't know if it is, right? Because I know KEK. I'm not going to say it out loud, but I know that that's like a racist term or an anti-Semitic term. Definitely not anti-Semitic. I'm not Jewish myself, but I have Jewish friends who I love very much, right? Let's see. Pajamas is also moving up, man. I think this one's going to do well as well. I actually think Pajamas, you guys, I really do think this one's going to like fly here pretty soon. Like by the end of the year, I am expecting new all-time highs. By the way, it's all-time highs right now. That'd put it already at a 13x. And I think it's going to see more than that. Like this thing's going to do like a 20 plus X by the end of the year. That's kind of my expectation. But again, who knows? Who knows with these meme coins? You never know. When I say the dumber you are, the more money you're going to make, or when Smooth Operator says that and I'm agreeing with him, that's true. The coins that are going to make you the most money are going to be the ones that have these dumb names that are just random meme coins. But if you're new to the markets or you're getting somebody involved in the markets, don't turn them on to these meme coins. Turn them on to something in the top 100. Tell them get a dartboard, put any of these coins on it, close your eyes and just throw a dart. You're going to make money. You don't need to think about it at this point, right? You just need to buy and hold and be patient. And it's probably even past that, man, past the top 100. If you go to the top 200, you're probably going to do fine. Like really, it's at that point where it would just be irresponsible not to be involved in crypto. Oh hey, Woo's in the top 200. What a way it came, man. Woo Network. I actually like Woo Network. I haven't been keeping up with it too much, but I wonder what's going on. I need to check it out, see if they're still relevant. Decent volume. That's not bad volume, actually, to be fair. Woo Network, you guys. I don't know if anybody knows about it, but it caught my attention like a couple of years ago. I'm not invested in it now, but this was one of the coins that I was planning on holding for the cycle, and I didn't. I'm glad I didn't because it really hasn't done anything. But again, a lot of these coins haven't done anything, right? The Bitcoin dominance chart says it all. Bitcoin's been gaining value, but here I am spinning my wheels, just talking. Maybe I'll go through some comments real quick and then end this, but. Again, I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you very much. Let's see. For taxes, go on a quarterly plan. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Sir Corrigan. Yeah, going on a quarterly plan for taxes is a move for sure. As long as yeah, true that. Yeah, as long as your DART doesn't hit a stable coin, you're good. Don't let your DART, if it hits USDC or USDT or TUSD or any kind of, actually if it hits a wrapped Bitcoin or wrapped Ether, I guess you're fine too. But yeah, if it hits a stable coin, just roll the dice again or throw the DART again, right? And maybe try to avoid that side. But yeah, man. A white robe next live, dude. Epsilon, I got a funny story about that. So you guys might not know this actually. Let's go to x.com. Here's my profile picture, right? I used to have very long hair, okay? I'm telling you, man, like it would touch my ass, right? I had long hair, all right? Leaf knows. I had very long hair. Okay? You might not see it here with the laser eyes, right? But a lot of people, the common thing, anytime you see somebody with long brown hair, at least in America, people like to call you Jesus, right? And not in an offensive way, right? Nobody's making fun of anyone's religion. I know we're in 2024 and we have to wipe each other's asses every time we talk, but what I'm trying to say is that people would call me Jesus a lot. I don't get that anymore, obviously, right? I get my bald spot. That's what people talk about. They don't call me Jesus. But when I had my long hair, I had my friend, I was at a concert and I was cold, and my friend gave me this blanket. And the blanket that I saw, it was red, and it had this pattern on it. It was like plaid. It was kind of like plaid, but it was like red with white squares. It wasn't plaid, but kind of, okay? Kind of. And I just thought it was red. I thought it was this red blanket. I'm walking around the concert, and people are like, this guy walks up to me. He's like, Jesus! And I'm like, yeah, like I get that all the time. So that wasn't weird to me. I was like, whatever. 2 seconds goes by. The next guy goes, hey, it's Jesus! And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And I swear, guys, in like 2 or 3 minutes time, I had more people call me Jesus than ever before. I'm wrapped up in this red blanket. I thought it was red. On one side it was red. I'm going around. I'm looking for my friends. I'm like walking like this with my blanket, like walking around like this with my blanket. Let me try and let me get it right. Like this, right? Right here. Let me see. Can you guys see me? Yeah, okay. So I'm walking around the crowd like this in what I think is a red blanket. On the inside it was red. This isn't the blanket, by the way. On the inside it was red, but on the outside it was this white cotton. So I'm just this guy with long hair walking around a concert, walking out there like this with this shrouded in white with my long hair. I feel like I like literally was looking like Jesus, just walking like that, and it made me laugh whenever I realized what color it was. I don't know that. Yeah, that's okay. Hey, Epsilon's getting it. Yeah, that's, Jesus loves you too, Sir Corrigan. Thank you, man. How very Jesus Jesus-esque of you. Where's the right robe? Look, man, I only bust out the white robe whenever we're in the heavens. Okay, I feel like that's obvious. Right? You don't wear a white robe when you're on earth, when you're on the ground. You could get dirty. You only put the white robe on when you're sky high, when you're in the heavens. And we're getting there. We're on mission launch, mission go, but it's not quite time yet, okay? We'll bust out the white robe, but it's not the day just yet. Not on Sid, no, but cannabis, yes. I definitely was high. I was probably a little drunk too. This was like, man, it's probably like 7 years ago. I don't know. Maybe it was like 5 years ago. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time. It was one of the free concerts. They got free concerts back where I was, back in my hometown, and yeah, man, it was funny. I'm like looking for my friends, and as soon as it clicked, it made me laugh so freaking hard, man. And I rocked it. I kept rocking it afterwards. I wasn't embarrassed afterwards, and then like changed it inside out. I was just like, this is weird. Why I've gotten this before, but why are so many people saying it now? Vegan crypto Jesus at work. That's yeah. That's 100% true. Vegan, and some people, man, it's kind of funny because I feel like I still like resonate with that, but I'm no longer vegan. And I don't got the long hair, but I am still crypto, right? But there's only one crypto, or there's only one Bitcoin Jesus. We know who that is, right? The infamous Roger Ver. That's kind of a funny title, man. I wonder, is Roger Ver's out of jail now? I don't know. I'm getting all off topic here, but he's not lying, guys. They used to call me Vegan Crypto Jesus at work. Some people would call me Crypto Chris, whatever, but like me and Go Anders, we were the only people thought we were crazy, man. Like they really did. I remember whenever I started working there, Dusty would get pissed off anytime you and me would talk about crypto, and I thought it was so cool because at my old work, and I told you this before, but my old work, I used to work at a grocery store, and my boss literally told me I was not allowed to talk about crypto anymore. He told me I wasn't allowed to talk about crypto. He got annoyed with it. So that sucked, because crypto, you guys, you can tell, crypto's my life, man. I love crypto, just like any of you, right? Once you get it, man, you're hooked. It's like crypto, not even once. It's that addictive, right? But then I come in and I start working for a dispensary there with Go Anders, and dude, yeah, and that's exactly right. Yeah, they're pissed because they're not involved. That's 100% right, man. You can't be having a good time when you're sitting outside the party watching everybody else having a good time, right? Like there's no way. But it was the coolest thing whenever I got that job, and I could talk about crypto openly with my boss, with my coworkers. Like it was pretty cool. I don't know, and encouraging. You guys, genuinely, this guy in here, Go Anders, he taught me a lot about patience and holding for the long term. Like, and I've come along. A lot of you haven't seen the journey, right? He's seen it. I came probably like how a lot of you are, right? This just degen trader looking for leverage trades left and right, losing their money, right? All the time. I was living with my mom. I was living with my mom whenever I started working there. Yeah. It was only after last cycle that I moved, not after last cycle. It was before the beginning of last cycle that I moved out. I don't know. It was when I started making money, but I only started making money in crypto when I stopped trading. I only stopped trading, and I still trade, but I trade a lot less. I trade a lot more responsibly now. Most of my money is, and when I say most of my money, I mean like 95, I would even say like 98% of my funds are in long-term holds, right? But you know, man, I used to leverage trade all the time. I lost all my money, and I only started to make money really consistently when I stopped trading, when I stopped leverage trading, and I just let it ride. And that's the whole point. That's exactly what we've been talking about for the last 10 minutes here, right? Other than the Jesus story, is that anybody could do it. You don't have to be smart right now to make money in crypto. You just got to buy and hold, and it's on us, man. There are people out there, whether they're doubters, whether they're unaware of crypto, whatever. If you care about people, if you've got friends or people that you want to see make money, I know there's a lot of people. I know there's this mentality out there where people are like, I'm going to show you, you don't have to be involved in crypto. I'm going to make money and I'll rub it in your face and laugh. Screw that. Get that idiot to get in crypto. Both of you make money together. It's way better that way, man. And they'll thank you for it. And then they get the next idiot involved. And then we're just a bunch of happy idiots making money in crypto, man. And you really don't have to be smart. And the smartest thing is the simplest thing. Just buy and hold. Buy and hold. Don't worry about it. In fact, if you did that this whole entire time, if you just bought and held and kept buying, you are the most well-off, prepared person for the coming ensuing pumps that we're about to have, right? It's not hard to do. It's easier said than it is done. We are creatures of short attention span, right? We like to chase the shiny new object, but if you can control your impulses, you will make a lot more money with just being patient, right? Every coin you bought, every single, and this is right, like what I was saying earlier, right? It's not a good time to switch things around. It's not a good time to swap your coins around. Every coin you've bought this cycle, you bought for a reason, right? Hopefully you did some research. Hopefully you did something that you looked into it and you saw something in it that made you believe in it, right? You bought it for a reason. Why would you sell that coin just because it hasn't done anything yet for the coin that you have no idea about, you've never heard about, but it's up 100% this week? Why would you sell the coin that hasn't pumped yet for the coin that already has pumped? Don't make that mistake. The reason why I'm hitting that over the head is because I've made that mistake so many times. So many times. I didn't make that. I made that mistake even last cycle. Even last cycle, I made that mistake. Actually, I sold. I made a lot of money on Dogecoin last cycle. Okay, guys, I really did. Dogecoin, I got in below a cent, and I averaged out above 14 cents. The highest price that I sold was above 60 cents. You know, I did decent on Dogecoin. I could have done a lot better if I sold at the top, but I still averaged out with really good returns on Dogecoin. But even then, I sold some of my Dogecoin early on. I traded it for a coin that I thought was going to do better just because it was moving up more while Dogecoin was being boring, right? I chased the shiny toy. Or if I just was patient, if you were just patient, you know, that happens so often, right? And you kicked yourself, you think, and that's the logic kind of behind it, that's like false in all of us. We kick ourselves for having an eye on this coin. We own one coin, you have your eye on another one, and that coin pumps, the one you're not holding. So you kick yourself in the ass for it, right? And you might kick yourself pretty hard, but you're going to kick yourself even harder if you sell the coin that did nothing, you buy the coin that did something, and then your coin that you sold that was doing nothing, it finally pumps. Like that's worse. It's way worse. And a lot of us don't learn the easy way. You got to learn the hard way. So I don't know why I'm preaching. I'm sorry I'm doing this. I don't know why. It's not like it's not good advice, right? But I'm sure a lot of you already are aware of this, but at the same time, I know there's a lot of you who it's your first time. I don't know. It's just, you know. Anyways, Epsilon, our trading stories, I'm telling you, we're not special. I think everybody in here, if this is your first cycle, then you don't have these stories yet. But if you've been in crypto for at least one cycle, if you've been investing in anything for at least 1 or 2 years, we all got the same stories, man. It's like a bad relationship, right? You don't need to know the ins and outs of everybody's relationship, but when a couple splits, you essentially know why, right? Like it's basically the same thing every single time, right? Somebody got tired of the other person. One of the people cheated or started like flirting around, you know, like it's very rare that it's not like that. And I'm just saying it's just like this. Like you don't have to know everybody's life story to know exactly where they went wrong as far as trading goes. We're all, and that's that herd mentality, man. We all make the same mistakes, you know, and that's why, I don't know, that's why most people don't make money in this game, you know. If you want to make money, you got to take profits whenever the right time is. You can't just round trip it, and you can't chase the pumps. You got to let the pumps chase you. You got to be patient. And that's a lot easier to say than it is done. It really is. But once you start doing it, it gets easier to do over and over again. And when you don't do it, it's easier to not do it, right? Until you finally do it. But anyways, guys, I'm done. I feel like I'm making less sense as the time goes on. I'm getting more and more delirious. I will see you on the next one. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you very much. Do I think ETH is going to overperform BTC this year? I don't know. I don't know, Andy. Maybe we could finish it off with that real quick. Let's do ETH versus Bitcoin. ETH BTC on Binance? Sure. Let's go on a monthly basis here. I feel like I went way off basis, man. I started off with such good energy. I really died off, but whatever. You know, it's all good. It's been a fun stream, guys. I'm grateful for everybody here. It's always fun to do these live streams, man. High to low. I gotta say, it looks pretty bullish, actually. This does look pretty bullish. ETH overperform BTC. Yeah, I think so. I think from here on out, ETH outperforms Bitcoin, yeah. Overall, the cycle, I don't know, maybe. If it were to outperform Bitcoin this cycle, it would basically have to, all it would have to do is get above the 618. Because Bitcoin started its bull cycle back in January. So actually, technically, it'd have to get above 0.07. If you can get above 0.0723 Bitcoins, if you can get above the opening price of this month here, because that's when Bitcoin started its bull market, then yeah. But from here on out, like that would be if you outperform Bitcoin for the whole cycle, which maybe you do, maybe you don't. But from where you are in the fibs, I would expect you find support here. I would expect you start growing. So yeah. But with that being said too, ETH might continue to drop. ETH is the #2 crypto, right? And if Bitcoin dominance is going to continue to grow, ETH is probably not going to grow versus Bitcoin, right? This is a very big factor in the BTC dominance, right? ETH is specifically. So maybe once the dominance drops, you'll see ETH move up. ETH might move down a little bit more. I think you're either at your low or you're very near your low with Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And then, yeah, I would say probably from like November and on, if not December and on, Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. Yeah, I think so. I think it's crazy how many people talk smack about ETH, man, this cycle, right? I talked a little bit of smack about it last cycle, and I definitely think it could be overvalued, right? I think a lot of cryptos could be overvalued, but even though I believe that to be true, what the charts are saying is that it's probably going to grow in value too. And what do I know, man? Literally, what do I know? This crypto stuff is new to all of us, right? It just came about in 2009. Ethereum came about later than that, right? Like what do I know about what this thing should be valued at, right? I say it might be too valued or overvalued. Maybe it's not even close to appropriately valued. Who knows? But all I can say is the chart, as far as the chart goes, this looks pretty healthy. I would say it does continue to grow, and I would expect that you see new highs relative to this versus Bitcoin. I would think that by the end of this cycle, you're back at the 786, 886 near your all-time highs for Bitcoin. But time will tell. We'll see. Maybe you top off like right in that 61869 area. You get a slightly lower high, and you've got these like lower highs coming in. I don't know. But either way, regardless if it's here or if it's up here, yes, I think more or less with this next month potentially being the exception, for the rest of the cycle, yeah, you're going to grow. You definitely are, right? So much so, I say that so confidently that even if you bought now and Bitcoin outperformed Ethereum for the next month itself, I would still think that Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin as a whole for the rest of the cycle. Yeah, I definitely think so. What about Solana? Because that's another one, right? Solana's gotten up there. It's earned its stripes. Yeah, so Solana looks like it's going to outperform Bitcoin for sure. Yeah, it's going to see new highs versus Bitcoin this cycle. I think so. That looks very, very bullish, you guys. High to low here, double bottom down there, consolidating above the golden ratio. Dude, Solana's going to see some growth. A lot of people are talking smack about Solana too, and it's easy. It's really easy to talk about these top market cap coins because they're already at such high market caps, right? Like how much more could they grow? I get it. But that's kind of the farce. That's the false logic, right? That's that herd mentality. A lot of people think that same way, but they forget that they have a high market cap for a reason. And maybe they're not fairly priced. Maybe they're worth more. I don't know. But I definitely do think from the looks of it, not just Ethereum, but Solana. Solana's chart actually looks even more bullishly poised than Ethereum's chart versus Bitcoin. What about Ethereum versus Solana? ETH Sol? Would it be Sol ETH? Which one? There we go. Yeah, Solana looks more bullish versus Ethereum too. I don't know. Can't go wrong though, man. Can't go wrong, really. Just Pick one in the top 100. You can't go wrong. All right, guys, I'm serious. I'm done. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you all for being here. We got a little bit off track at the end. Kind of brought it back to something relevant. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'll be making videos as normal tomorrow. We'll be getting requests in and all that stuff. Have a good night. Hopefully Bitcoin can close over the next 3 days above $70,400, $70,500, whatever that price was. And we just keep the party rolling, guys. If not, then maybe like Go Anders said, maybe like some people have the theory, right? I know CryptoLark even said this as well, that it would make sense for us to pump after the election, and that makes sense. There's a lot of historical data that would back that up as well. But I'm sticking with new all-time highs by the end of this month, and we only have 2 days and 20 hours left. So let's get that next like 3-4% move up. Let's see how it goes. Close above 70,400. That's all I got, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye. See you on the next one. Why are you still here? All right, bye-bye. Peace. Peace, my friend. Thank you. It was fun. It was really fun. I always have fun. I'm sweating, guys. I'm genuinely sweating. I got so damn excited. And it's a little hot in here.